Pillar number 3, you need one signature offer. So one of the mistakes we make, many of us, is when we start out as a coach or as a consultant, when we are a solopreneur, we have this habit where, especially if you are in 9 to 5, where we feel like we have to project like we are almost like a company, like a huge team, and we are not. And so we try and list various services, and then when a client inquires, we customize a specific quote for them. What happens is it's a lot of work, and it takes a lot of resources, and also it's if you don't have a team or you don't have great automation, it really can be overwhelming. So for you to be able to get 4 to 7 clients quickly and efficiently, especially now since you're time bound, resource bound, then it's important to have one unique, magical, valuable offer that you're known for. Okay, that you're known for. It's okay if a client comes for the offer and asks you for other services, but in your marketing, you really laser focused on this one signature offer. What is an offer? An offer is not the list of services that you offer or features of your coaching or consultancy. An offer is an invitation to work with you. An offer says, if you work with me, this is the result that I get. This is the problem that I solve in this amount of days. It's a summary of your marketing messaging. It's a container explaining how your work facilitates a particular result. Okay, it's your foundation. So when you're starting out and you've never had consistent clients, you've never had consistent income, it's really important to hone in on one. Make sure it works. Okay, it's telling me my internet is not okay. I'm sorry, I'm back. Yeah, so it's important to hone in on one, focus on that, and get consistent clients for at least 3 months, 3 to 6 months, and then now you can add on to whatever, because now you can afford to hire a team. It's easier for you to get clients because you have lots of testimonials. It's easier for you to put in a system in place. So how do you come up with a great offer? It really depends on what you decided in pillar 1. For example, if you decided that I want to make $5,000, I'm gonna my target is to get 2 clients, and I'm gonna charge them $2,500. That means your offer is, you are selling your offer at $2,500, but the value, the perceived value to the client should be probably $2.5 million. Because whatever they perceive to be the offer, it means whatever you're selling it for should be less, and means it's a no-brainer. If you go to if you have a brain issue and you go to a neurosurgeon and they tell you to do an operation, it's going to cost you $500,000, you're not going to be shocked, because the perceived value, your brain is an engine in your body. Without your brain, you're not functional. So it's not, you're not going to be like, oh my god, that is too expensive. But if you had a pimple and you went to a dermatologist and they tell you it's going to be $500,000, there is a little bit of shock. Okay, let me use another example. If you went to a plastic surgeon and say, I wanted to have my boobs and breast boobs and bum done, and they tell you it's going to cost you $1,000, you're going to be like, this is a quack. But if they tell you it's going to cost you $700,000, the recovery will take this long, this is how you will look, these are the people I have worked with, then you'll have more confidence to pay them, because you feel like the perceived value, since you're going to go under, you're changing your body, this is the perceived value. If I tell you I'm going to get you 1,000 clients in 2 months and I'm charging you $70, alarms are going to ring in your bed like, that's not possible, that doesn't work, because the perceived value for 50 to 100 clients is probably $100,000. So what is the perceived value? Perceived meaning your ideal clients agree that whatever you're giving them is less than the real or actual value of the solution that you're offering them. So value is dependent on the segment of the market, which we talked about yesterday. How do they perceive that value? Okay. So how do you create an amazing offer. First of all, you're going to hone in on one. Remember all these pillars that you're talking about in this Power Hour marketing strategy. You're focusing on one item. You're not going to do a list. You're not going to say, I want to earn 5,000 or 10,000 or 2,000. It's either 5,000 or not. It's either I'm working with, I'm a marketing strategist for elderly nursing care homes, or or doctors, or I'm a customer care service coach for food companies, food and beverage companies, hospitality. It is very specific and one. Okay, so you want to do this. The easiest way for me to explain it to my clients is to summarize it into 4 P's. Okay, P for fairness. So P number 1 is the problem. You want to solve one problem, one huge problem, one specific problem that is this is what is giving your ideal client sleepless nights. This is what is giving them worry. This is what is annoying. They want to get rid of it. What is the problem that your solution can solve right away? So that's the problem. One, the biggest one. Okay. You want to focus on one promise. Promise meaning result. What result do they want? So the problem for my ideal clients is they cannot get, either they cannot get clients or they don't know how to get clients. They don't have a strategy on how to get consistent clients. So the problem is very clear. They want to get clients. So even in my marketing messaging, I'll say, do you want to get 4 to 7 clients every month in the next 90 days? Easy for people to understand. But if I say, if you want to have a great marketing strategy for years to come, or you want to have a successful whatever, all those are as the result of the huge problem that I'm solving. When the clients come, you'll be able to solve all these other issues. So think about the one problem that you're able to solve and be paid, and this is what your client really desires to solve right now. Okay, if they want to book a holiday, that's it. Don't say, I'll help you book a holiday, I'll help you get a marriage certificate. No, either you're booking a holiday, that's the huge problem. So number 2, the next P is the promise, the result. So either they don't know how to safely travel and book to a certain destination, and you're a travel consultant, and you can help them so that they don't have to worry about travel, they don't have to worry about accommodation, they don't have to worry about the sites that they're going to see or their stay. They're not going to worry about an Airbnb. You're going to take care of all that. That's the promise. So what is the result, aka promise, of working with you? And then the third one is, what is the process? How do you get them from problem to promise? What's the line? How do you offer that solution? So if you're a coach or a consultant, there's so many ways to do it. You can do like a one-on-one consultation where you meet them every week until they get to the result. You can offer a 3-month program, a 6-month program, a 9-month program. I know some people even have a 5-year program. Okay, you can have a done-for-you service where you give me everything. For example, if you're an event consultant, that means you give me your dream and I will execute. So that's a done-for-you service. Or if you're a virtual assistant, or if you're some marketing agencies, they do it for you. Just give me everything you need. Let me know your goals and I will do everything for you. That's a done-for-you service. You can have a course, a virtual course. You can have an in-person course. You can have a VIP day, a weekend retreat. There is so many ways, but it's really important to understand that the client needs the results as quickly as possible. So how can you give them what they desire as fast as possible? If you're telling me I'll get you 4 to 7 clients every month in 7 days, I'm not going to work with a coach probably who will say they'll do it in 2 years, because I need clients as fast as possible. So it's important to understand that your process needs to be seamless, needs to be efficient, and needs to get them the result that they want as soon as possible. And then the last fee, of course, is the price. So if you're charging them 2,500, what is the perceived value of that service? Do they think, oh my God, I'm getting it at 2,500, this is worth 250,000? Yeah. What is the perceived value? And how are you giving them? It's not really like listing, oh, I'm going to give you so many things. That doesn't work. I remember I used to sell coaching programs for trainers. And one of the things, we used to work with banks. And he said one thing that really, it was so many years ago, but I still have it in mind. And it was like, banks, at that time, I'm old. At that time, mobile banking was not as popular, so people had to go to banks as often as possible. And there's VIP banking where you don't have to queue, don't have to get in line. You get your service quickly. And he told me that the thing that annoys him with VIP is they put so many things that really the people who are paying for VIP don't need. They don't need to read a newspaper in a lounge. They don't need a cup of coffee or tea. They can afford to buy that. They just need that service as fast as possible. So he said if he was to do VIP, he'd probably make it instead of, you go into the bank and you have your business done in probably less than 5 minutes. That would be a great way of advertising VIP rather than thinking VIP is this leisure, like they have time. I was like, I'm a busy businessman. I don't have time to sit and have coffee and have tea as I wait for you to service me. I want to be in and out, or either I want the service to come to me, so then I don't have to travel to you to get the service. So that really rang. I was like, yeah, and honestly, VIP doesn't mean you get to sit down and you're not standing in line. It really means I get the service as fast as possible, the way I like it. So think about your client and how they need that thing, how desperate they are for the solution, and how you can get to them as fast as possible. So like you can say my program is 1 hour marketing strategy. That means you don't have time to do a marketing strategy for like 90 days. I do have a program for 90 days. This one specifically is for this person who is busy, who wants to get it done simply and effectively, who doesn't need all the gimmicks, they're not tech savvy. I'm not tech savvy, but they know that they have expertise and they can be able to help people, and they want to do it in the best way possible. So you need to ensure your client knows the process in which you will help them. And also you need to know you need to be able to communicate what the client needs to do in order for you to get the solution. Because with coaching and consultancy, it's not a spectator sport. If you guys don't do the assignment, there's nothing I'm getting out of it, and there's nothing you're getting out of it. And so there is no synergy. So you need to, when you get to work with me, I need to understand that you're eager and motivated to do the work, even on those days that you don't feel like. You will go live even on the days when you're scared, or even if you have never done before. You will do it for your business. You will engage in sales conversations, because that is what will bring in the money, because that is what will help you. I'm not going to be able to do that for you. I remember in the beginning, I used to have this huge vision to the client, and the client was not where I was at and was not getting the result, and it was frustrating me and frustrating them. So when you talk about the process, you also need to ensure that the client understands. For example, if you value time and you have to be on time, you have to tell the client, I value time and you have to be on time. If you don't like distractions, they don't like music in the background, you have to ensure you're in a quiet place. If, for example, they have to pay you every month, when are they supposed to pay you? Are you paid before or after the service? That's the process of working with you, and it needs to be clear before you work with the client. So either you're going to put it in your social media, or in your sales page, or on your website, or when you have a conversation with the client and they have accepted your offer, in the contract. So your homework for today is to define